What's up with the promo without the permission first? New York art museums claim they weren't told ahead of time before Beyoncé decided to project advertisements of her upcoming country album. Cowboy Carter, across their buildings. Talk about a huge rollout. The Guggenheim, the Whitney Museum of American Art, the New Museum, and the Museum of Arts and Design all had imagery of the forthcoming country album beamed onto their buildings Wednesday evening. The Guggenheim was lit up with the words, "This ain't a country album. This is a Beyoncé album," across the outside of the building. The other museums had the cover image of the Renaissance singer dressed in patriotic attire, carrying the American flag and riding on a white horse. The messaging also displayed the album's title and release date. The Guggenheim, located on the Upper East Side, said in a statement shared with The Hollywood Reporter that the institution was not informed about and did not authorize this activation. However, we invite the public, including Beyoncé and her devoted fans, to visit the museum May 16th to 20th when we present projections by artist Jenny Halser on the facade of our iconic building to celebrate the opening of her major exhibition. The institution added. On Wednesday, the 42-year-old alien superstar hinted at the new album promotions when she posted the coordinates of the Guggenheim on her Instagram story. When the imagery display was launched on the exterior of the building, fans quickly took to social media to share snaps of the advertisement. The museum also acknowledged this in a post on its official Instagram account early Thursday morning, adding, "Hey at Beyoncé." The Museum of Art and Design also shared the same sentiment, telling the Post that it was not involved in the activation of the stunt, but were thrilled to see Beyoncé shining a light on the importance of museums in the cultural landscape. Her influence undoubtedly opens doors for even more people to explore and appreciate Black creativity, the museum, located at Columbus Circle, said in a statement. The Whitney Museum, which is located in the Meatpacking District, also shared how surprised they were to have the 32-time Grammy winner pop up on their building, but nonetheless, wished her well with the album. They also added that they're looking forward to seeing her at the Whitney Biennial soon, per the Post. The new museum, located on Manhattan's Lower East Side, has yet to address the surprise imagery on its building. Act 2, Cowboy Carter, drops March 29th. Beyoncé's ability to break the internet is well documented. The latest example was the frenzy she caused when she announced her songs 16 Carriages and Texas Hold 'Em during the 2024 Super Bowl. Now, the singer's Cowboy Carter album rollout, which included multiple artwork reveals, has users online feverishly looking for clues. To keep the fan flames burning, a text display of the body of work scheduled release date was projected outside of the Guggenheim in New York. However, according to The Hollywood Reporter, the museum denies authorizing the stunt despite its marketing brilliance. In a statement shared with the outlet, a representative for the facility shut down the artistic collaboration. The Guggenheim was not informed about and did not authorize this activation, they said. However, we invite the public, including Beyoncé and her devoted fans, to visit the museum May 16th to 20th when we present projections by artist Jenny Halser on the facade of our iconic building to celebrate the opening of her major exhibition. With Guggenheim's dismissal of involvement, it is unclear who was behind the ploy. Was it the singer's management company, Hartwood? A Rouge Beehive fan? Batman? We guess the world will never know. But what we do know is Cowboy Carter will prance onto streaming platforms on March 29th. What? I had to reread the email from Move Forward a couple of times to make sure I was reading it right. It was asking me to sign a petition to force country stations to play Beyoncé's latest single, Texas Hold 'Em. It stated that they were being racist for not doing so and trying to ignore the fact that Black artists created country and Western music. I listened to the song and had a few reactions. First, the initial line of the song is, "This ain't Texas." Secondly, just because you put a banjo in a tune, it doesn't make it country. Rap artists have been using instrumentation from every musical genre and still feel okay with accepting a Grammy in the rap or hip-hop category, and 2 artists even tried to discredit Taylor Swift on 2 separate occasions. Taylor might have started out country, but was soon placed within the pop category because in that category, you can expand your musical boundaries much as the Beatles did. That was the other bone Move Forward had to pick with the song's placement. iTunes immediately placed it in pop rather than country. Well, maybe that's because, up till now, that was the category Beyoncé was always placed in. The official title is R&B Pop Hip Hop, which means she's already been acknowledged as not sticking to one genre, much like Taylor and Kanye and Sting and Neil Young and almost any artist worth a listen. Musicians listen to all kinds of music and are influenced by a multitude of artists. Secondly, I heard a couple of words that would cause a programmer to hold their horses before placing the song. As gritty as CW might come off sometimes, the words the asterisk 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 and S asterisk 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 rarely appear. They do in R&B pop hip hop, but not country, and I dare say any radio station would hesitate to air a non-vetted version of the song. It's not racism operating here. It's the FCC's standards and practices codes. What finished off their argument for me was the paragraph. A study discovered that in more than 11,000 songs played on country radio from 2002 to 2020, only 3% of those were from black and brown artists, and, of that 3%, only 1/3 were black and brown women. That means that black and brown women represented only 1% of songs played by country radio over the course of 18 years. Lilith Fair existed between 1997 and 1999. Until then, it was unheard of to feature more than one female artist at a concert, and few were more than front women for otherwise all-male bands. The face of music has changed dramatically over the last 20 or so years, and it will change again. I'm familiar with the works of Rhiannon Giddens, who began with her group the Carolina Chocolate Drops and plays banjo on Beyoncé's tune. Layla McCalla, who works with Rhiannon in Our Native Daughters, and Lil Nas X, who dropped the first acknowledged country/rap single. I suggest a Google search for these artists, as well as the others. I am unaware of the work of any of the artists mentioned, admittedly, because I hardly listen to country/western music unless it's by established artists such as Willie Nelson, Linda Ronstadt, or Anne Murray, all of whom crisscrossed the country/pop lines many times. I know of the work of Charlie Pride and was happy to see the article on WLAC. I also remember being thrilled when I heard a song by the Police on WBLS, an African-American owned and operated station in the early 70s and 80s, and that was, I think, more due to the fact that they were using reggae rhythms rather than just instrumentation. I was left to wonder whether Beyoncé is starting to feel a little less relevant, and perhaps the clash between her and Taylor's concert films was the real reason for Jay-Z's Taylor slam at the Grammys. Whatever the case, would urge the authors of the petition to do a little more research before firing off their guns at an imaginary foe and further dividing an already divided nation.